What up, everybody? It's your boy Asian. We're back here once again. We are on the precipice. College football is back. Yes, it is week 0, and it tips off in Ireland as Kansas State takes on Iowa State in a Big 12 matchup. This is a big game, biggest game of the day. There's a couple other games on, but week 0 isn't here, like I said. And I'm going to give you guys my preseason picks before this game starts because it is a Big 12 game, and then pretty much all the big games are next week in week 1. But I want to give you guys my preseason picks and what I think. Some may agree, some may disagree, but hey, this is what it is. So let's get it started by conference. We're gonna start with the ACC, which I think is Clemson's pretty much ACC to lose. I think Clemson ends up making it to the ACC championship game, and they play a sleeper in Georgia Tech, who's been building. You got Haynes King at quarterback. So I think Clemson pulls off and beats Georgia Tech in the ACC championship and punches their ticket to the college football playoff. Let's skip over to the Big 12, which is probably one of the most exciting, most wide-open conferences. Defending Big 12 champion Arizona State returns Sam Levitt. Kenny Dillingham as the head coach. I know they lost Cam Scatterbull, but they still got Jordan Tyson back. I think they make it back to the Big 12 championship game, and they play Kansas State, who will be playing here shortly. I have Avery Johnson, Chris Kleiman as the head coach, Dylan Edwards, Jace Brown. I think they'll be more dynamic. It'll be Avery Johnson's second year in the system. He's fast. He's elusive. I think they play, and I think Arizona State gets back, wins the Big 12 again. And Kenny Dillingham is building this ASU program of who's projected to finish last year but won the conference. So I think they continue to do what they're going to do. Now, we're going to go to the SEC, where they say football matters the most. But, so it is going to be the story of the year. It's going to be talked about, and that's Arch Manning. The nephew of Peyton Eli, so it's gonna be a big media storm around Arch in Texas. They got a lot to prove. They got some guys back on defense. Muhammad the cornerback, Colin Simmons, Trey Moore, Anthony Hill, the linebacker. Reloaded. They offense, they're good. I know they lost a few offensive linemen to the NFL. I've lost 20 years the quarterback, but Arch is gonna be the story here. Ryan Wingo, I think, is gonna be a star wide receiver in his sophomore season. This Texas team is loaded, and we already know Shark is one of the best play callers in the nation. I think Texas punches his way to the ACC championship game, and they will play boom LSU, baby. LSU, Brian Kelly's under a lot of pressure. He's got a big game next week against Clemson on the road. They haven't won a season opener since Joe Burrow was the quarterback, and that says a lot. So there's a lot of pressure on Brian Kelly, but good. Nussmeier's back. Gary Nussmeier's back. They loaded up in the portal Nick Anderson, a wide receiver. Defense has to be better, which I think they will. Harold Perkins is going to turn into a star. You got West Weeks. I think LSU has a lot to prove. I think LSU gets to the SEC title game, and I believe they win. Yes, LSU is my pick to win the SEC this year. Then let's go over to my conference, the Big 10. It's the Big 10 country, baby. And the recipe's all. The team picked to win, Penn State. They are pretty much following the recipe that my Michigan Wolverines had in 23 and Ohio State had last year, bringing back pretty much everybody. Both running backs, Katron Allen, Nick Singleton, Drew Aller, the quarterback who could have went pro. Added some needed weapons through the portal. Wide receiver was a big need. I know they lost Tyler Warren, but I think they'll be okay. They got Luke Reynolds, a tight end. Still good on defense. A.J. Harris, Dennis Denai Sutton. They got Tony Rojas, the linebacker. James Franklin is under immense pressure, and I believe they get to the Big Ten championship game, and they play Ohio State, which has been their arch nemesis, which they struggled to beat. Ohio State lost 15 guys to the draft. New quarterback Julian Sain has been announced as the starter. But I believe that Ohio State gets there. But I also do believe Penn State wins this game and wins the Big Ten. There you go for my conference pick. Now I'm going to give you my Heisman winner. I believe Jeremiah Love, the running back from Notre Dame, will win the Heisman. I know it's kind of far-fetched, but I'm gonna go ahead and throw a bone out there because everybody's gonna pick a quarterback, but I'm gonna go ahead and pick a running back. This guy has 17 touchdowns last year, second most in Notre Dame history. Will be explosive. He was banged up towards the end of the year. In college football player with a bad knee, bum ankle, but he still was playing out there. He'll be the number 1 running back in the NFL draft next season. I just believe he'll have to help C.J. Carr. He'll have more catches off the backfield this year. So hey, I'm going for it. And then let me give you my top 12 teams to make college football playoff, and I'm not going to do it in no order. This is the 12 teams I believe. We're going to go Clemson, Penn State, Texas, LSU, Oregon, Boise State out of the G5. They got Madison Mattis back in there, continue to be an elite G5 program. And I think Tulane has an outside shot if they can navigate their non-conference with Duke, Ole Miss, some big games for them. See what they can do. Georgia, Notre Dame, Arizona State, Ohio State, and Miami. Yes, those are my 12 teams. And I believe Clemson and Penn State will play for the national title. And I just kind of changed this. I was leaning more Clemson, but I'm going with Penn State. Like I said earlier, they're following the recipe that Michigan and Ohio State did. And this will be a third national championship for the Big Ten. And there's immense pressure. I know I'm throwing myself out on a ledge right now because I'm trusting in James Franklin and company. But we'll see. He has to get it done one way or another, or they will run him out of Penn State. This is the best team he's ever had since he's been there collectively. So that's it for me. Hey, everybody enjoy your college football week 0. I love it. We're back, baby. No better feeling, man. Hey, it's your boy Agent. I appreciate all the love. Like, love, subscribe to this video. Tell a friend, tell a friend. It's your boy Agent. I'm out. Peace.